A lot of people have had something to say about this Lil Durk case, okay? There's basically zero probability that you're watching this channel and you're not aware that Lil Durk is currently facing very serious murder for hire charges. Now, I feel like a broken record constantly breaking it down, but just, you know, just so you understand, Lil Durk, he's facing murder for hire charges, okay? He allegedly slid for Von. He was trying to get revenge for King Von getting killed after the fight with Quando Rondo, where King Von ended up getting shot by Quando's friend Lil Tim. Allegedly, Lil Durk sent the hit squad to Los Angeles, of all places. I mean, pretty dumb place to do a hit, but okay. He allegedly dispatched the hitters to try and take out Quando Rondo. They didn't end up hitting him. They ended up killing his cousin Lil Pab. And it seems like Lil Durk...
It's just an L in all, and every piece of the... Every time I hear this story, it's just an L, bro. Like, it's just an L, bro. The whole situation is just an L. You send some niggas to L.A. with your company credit card. You had them booking flights and renting cars. Why would you rent a car to go kill somebody? Like the car doesn't have a tracker in it. Rent the car with your name and y'all name. Then you go try to kill Quando Rondo when he didn't even do nothing. I keep saying this every Lil Durk video. All Quando Rondo did was take a few punches. That's all he did. He did not do anything to nobody. He took a few punches and his homie protected him. That's all that happened. So you come to LA and try to kill somebody who's really the victim in the situation. Like, Quando Rondo ain't do nothing to King Von. King Von did something to him. Quando Rondo the victim. So you come try to kill a victim in LA. You don't hit him not one single time. You kill Lil Pab. Who I don't even think Lil Pab was there. Now you in jail for the murder, and you ain't even really get back for Von. It's just all stupid.
In one bad decision, threw away 10, 15 years worth of hard work.
Yep.
I mean, Lil Durk was really at the very, 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 very top, the tippy top, the pinnacle, the peak, the tip, if you will, of the rap game.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't think anybody in Chicago really could ever say got further than him as far as actually making mainstream popular rap music. You know, King Von had all the clout, he had all the bodies.
You could say
he wasn't making songs with Drake.
Right.
Okay. And as far as Chicago goes right now, G Herbo's holding the candle. You know, for the most popping Chicago rapper that's not incarcerated. And I love G Herbo's music, but he ain't really got to that Durk level yet.
Yeah, no,
Durk
he
was
hasn't.
singing, he was using the auto-tune.
Right.
He was really the voice of the streets. And I think a lot of people feel like it's all well and good saying you need to slide for Von, but when he actually slid for Von, now people are clowning him for throwing everything away. So I've been one of the biggest news sources for everything that's going on with the Durk case, right? I've been keeping you guys updated as diligently as I possibly can. I've been giving you my opinion. Some people don't like my opinion, okay? I personally feel like he's cooked. He's in trouble. He's not going to be able to beat these serious charges.
It's not even like
some people don't like that, okay? But I'm keeping it real. The trial's going to be taking place in January, and we're eventually going to get a resolution on this story, okay?
January.
But a few more people have popped out to give their opinion on the situation, and today I've just clocked. This kind of passed me by. This was a week ago. But I've just discovered, okay, that one of the most notorious street figures in Chicago who hates Lil Durk hates him, he has actually popped out and given his opinion on the situation. And I am talking about none other, okay, than the biggest, possibly the biggest op of all time, apart from Big Op in Chicago. I'm talking about FBG Wooski, man. Okay,
no, he's not the biggest op. Wooski not Wooski not their biggest op for sure. No, it was some niggas, man. If you from Chicago, you know the truth. Do your homework on the Young Moneyans. I'm just saying.
I ain't gonna lie, okay. Durk and this was Durk and Von and all of them. Wooski was their worst nightmare. Okay, now I could do a whole breakdown, I could do a whole backstory and history of Wooski, okay, but really what you need to know is that he dropped one of the most legendary diss songs in Chicago history.
Not legendary.
Right after King Von got out of jail.
It's just disrespectful, bro.
He was planning his little finesse. He was going to start robbing rappers. Before King Von decided to jump in the rap game and become a rapper with Lil Durk's OTF, he was planning on getting around Durk and robbing rappers. And now, I don't know if this is exactly why King Von decided to start making some music, but it was Wooski at the start of 2018 who turned everything up for the GDs. Obviously, Lil Durk and King Von, they're all BDs, Black Disciples. FBG, Wooski, FBG, all them guys, they're GDs, Gangster Disciples, okay? And
hey, bro, we already know that, Ross. Play this.
Right, for years.
We know this, Ross. We want to hear what he's talking about. We don't want a full breakdown again. We don't want this.
Yeah, but probably got more in it. Very.
Where they like put.
Let's get into what he said, man. Let's get into what he said.
So how you feel about that shit where they like putting he got wrapped up in some shit with some murder for hire shit. They saying that he like looking at the death penalty. Like when you see in there, like what's your thoughts on that? That fuck you ever like?
Man, he smoked his damn self. I don't know what's wrong with him.
He said he smoked his damn self. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's basically saying that Lil Durk threw his life away. He threw his opportunity away. He smoked himself. He ruined his career. He took himself right off of his path that he should have been on. And he's right, man. He is right.
And then that shit blew his own motherfucking head off right there.
Whatever he got going on.
Yeah, he lost his motherfucking head.
He said he blew his own head off. He lost his head. Now, look, man, I can't say that Durk was the one that tried to kill Wooski, but Durk was dissing Wooski a whole bunch over the years.
I wouldn't be surprised if Durk did something to try to get him out of here,
to clap back, right? And he deserves his opportunity to clap back for all they tried to kill him. They tried to count him out. They tried to blackball him from the game.
Yeah.
And now he's still standing. Yeah, maybe he ain't got the money that Durk's got, but he's got his freedom. He's got priceless things that Durk might not ever be having in his possession for decades, or maybe ever. So you got to let him have his say, man. And he said he took his own head off.
You know, they said telling on him. They were saying that what they said about Shorty. They said was telling on him. They said the feds put out some paperwork there, but they were saying like he put a hit on motherfucker in the O because they don't want to slide for King Von and all that. You seen that?
Yeah, I seen some shit. Yeah.
What you think about that? That was crazy, or that was like whatever. Like, when it crossed your mind, you heard that?
Man, they killing their damn self. They ass on the top. Oh shit!
He said they're killing their damn selves, and it's true. They're saying in this court paperwork that Lil Durk and them they wanted OTF members to go and kill O Block members because they weren't sliding for Von. And look, okay,
stupid as hell.
A lot of people say different things about Wooski, okay, but he's keeping it real. All right, he's saying it the best that he can. He's keeping it real, and he's letting people know they taking their own selves out. It's the infighting, okay? And there's all these talks of the O Block Civil War, all these different things, and unfortunately,
all that shit is stupid. All this shit is dumb as hell, ain't it? It's dumb. Bunch of dead niggas and a bunch of niggas in jail. I'm not even dissing them for dying. I'm just saying, like, going and getting in the streets is fucking stupid. You just going, let's say you and 20 of your friends decide to jump off the porch and jump into the streets. Let's say it's 20 of y'all. And 10 of y'all end up dead. And 8 of y'all end up in jail. 2 of y'all end up shot in a wheelchair. 1 of y'all in a wheelchair. 1 of y'all this shit just fucking stupid.
He is. That's what's going on. They're taking that. They're tricking themselves out of position.
I can't. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
You think that's like a motherfucker just trying to lie to get out their situation, or you think that it probably could be a possibility, or you don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? Because niggas be lying too, you know what I'm saying? They'll tell the feds anything, but if they got messages, they say they have messages too, though. So
you telling, that's what I'm saying. It's the feds, bro. Somebody tell the feds something, the feds ain't gonna be like, okay, all right. The feds gonna be like, oh yeah, okay, man, we gonna cooperate, we gonna make sure that's right. How can you give us some evidence? Oh yeah, okay, we gonna look into that. You feel me? They ain't just gonna be like, okay.
Everybody be with their ass, man. They know what's going on. They just want to talk.
They do it different.
They snitching out here.
So OTF, I need that.
You ever had one of them days where everything seems to go wrong? I mean, you're just trying to grab a cup of coffee and BAM! You're tangled in a pile of boxes because the shelf is broken. And just like that, I realized sometimes accidents at work are more than just funny stories. They can actually change everything. Trying to handle a workplace injury on your own? It's like trying to fix the broken shelf yourself. More chaos, more headaches, and it's no guarantee that you'll get what you deserve. You got paperwork, insurance calls, and someone always telling you to wait. It's enough to make you wish you had a secret weapon. But here's the thing, there's a team of people that fights for people just like you. For over 35 years, Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, has been winning cases when everybody else said it couldn't be done. In Florida, someone got $12 million after a work accident, even though the insurance was ready to offer just $350,000. In Pennsylvania, a worker was awarded $26 million, which was 40 times the initial offer. These are not just numbers. They're real victories for real people, all thanks to the team that fights hard for justice. More than 1,000 attorneys across all 50 states, like a legal squad ready to jump into action. Yeah. They've recovered over $25 billion for clients. And they have a long history of helping workers get what they're owed. Because when you're injured at work, you shouldn't have to go at it alone. You can just click the link below or the QR code that's on your screen. No endless waits or confusing forms. Just a quick way to start protecting your rights today. So if you had an accident on the job, do not risk doing it alone. You can check out Morgan & Morgan, because even in the toughest workplace accidents, a strong team makes all the difference. And trust me, there's a reason why they're America's largest injury law firm. It's because they fight for the people just like you.
So he was on.
So he basically saying, look, these OTF guys, whether it's the O Block or whoever, he said, look, there's going to be snitches out here, and a lot of people, it's going to be top.
We
know what Trap Lord, we know what he said, Ross.
You know, Durk supposedly, he was saying some crazy conspiracy theories, like Durk paid Lil Tim to do some shit to King Von, allegedly. That's what he said on DJ. Did you see that interview, or you don't watch shit like that?
Nah, I ain't see that.
Yeah, so he get into he tweaked on that bitch. But okay, so on there, you know what I'm saying, he went into all that. So it's like, what you think about that though? Like if he putting that on the internet and this OTF Vonnie daddy, he on the case.
Oh, his daddy on the case?
That
I didn't know that.
Durk paid a hitman to. What you think about if you hear that? That's crazy or not? That's too much. He said, no, man, I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna gloss over that. All right, I got you, Rob. All right, so let me ask you this. I'm gonna gloss over that. So let me ask you this. DJ U. I seen you on DJ U a couple times. I see you up there with your brother. You know what I mean? Now, DJ U had Young up there. He like kind of.
Now, look, okay, there's other stuff he talks about in this interview. We're not going to get into this video. I just want to talk about what was going on with Lil Durk, man. But look, okay, say what you want about Wooski, all right? But this is low key. This is his time to shine. This is his time to clap back, all right? This is his opportunity to basically let fools know, look, you guys tricked yourself out of position. And I feel
it's not the time to clap back. It's time to get some money and get the hell on, man. Like y'all niggas, man, shit, boy.
I feel like Lil Durk looked down on a lot of people. He dunked on a lot of people. He was getting more money than everybody. They was having more money, more guns, more power, more success, more bodies than everybody in the rap game.
Yeah.
But that can only last for so long. Somebody's reign at the very top can only last for so long. It's ironic, right? Because I feel like in 2019, 2020, Youngboy was the #1. He was going #1 back to back on albums, right? He had it. King Von and Lil Durk kind of got him out of here. I don't want to say they tricked Youngboy out of position, but really King Von was like, yo, Youngboy, he's acting like he's the Reader Street dude. He's getting all the #1s right now.
They took over a little bit.
I'm gonna downplay his thing. And unfortunately, Youngboy ended up catching his gun case. King Von and Lil Durk were just running amok. And they took over the whole rap game. And Lil Durk really had that top spot when it came to drill, street, gangster music right up until 2025. Even when he got arrested last year. Yeah. All right. Was it last year or was it the year before? No, it was last year. It was crazy. It was last year because I remember. I feel like Durk had it for another year. Look, some people might be offended by me saying this, but I'm just going to keep it real. I feel like the Durk momentum is going to slow down. He dropped his last album from prison. People said it wasn't the best. There were some slaps on there. But I feel like right now we got Youngboy. Everybody's shining on Youngboy. Youngboy's outside. He's keeping it real. He's a better role model than Durk right now. And I think, unfortunately, what's going to happen...
Neither one of these goofy-ass people are role models, bro. What the fuck? Where y'all get that from? Two street niggas who just so happen to get rich off rapping and continuously to go to jail after jail after jail. It's not nowhere near close to a role model. That was Stop it. I'm not gonna lie.
Get some help.
That was bad. Even you even referring to them as a role model is fucking insane. They're not role models. They goofy ass street niggas who been in jail more than they fucking. You feel me? This man, Youngboy, has been in jail longer than he's been on any tour. Lil Durk got $50 million and he in jail fighting for a murder for hire charge over some stupid shit at 30-some years old. These are not role models. They just street niggas who happen to make it rich off rapping. If anything, it should show you that it's really not that fucking hard to get rich off rapping. Because You don't have to be a genius, okay? Obviously, these people are not genius. If you continuously find yourself in jail every other 6 months, like young boy, you're not that smart, obviously, okay? And then a nigga like Durk, if you got $50 million and you paying to get a nigga killed, and y'all slow enough to use your own OTF company credit cards to do it, and then go rent a fucking car in your name to go kill a motherfucker. These are not smart people. These are not role models, my nigga. This is not Martin Luther King. This is not Grant Cardone. This is not some black real estate mogul or some multi-millionaire stockbroker, black person on Wall Street that came from O Block. This is not Michelle Obama. These are some slow ass street niggas who been getting killed and shot at and locked up their whole life. These is not role model. We got to stop that shit right there.
Durk's image is going to be slowly more and more tarnished, and people just aren't going to look at him like that cool kingpin, king of the gangsters, you know, King Von's big bro. People ain't going to look at him like that no more. And a lot more people are going to start looking at Durk like a bit of a crash dummy that threw away his opportunity, that had the best opportunity in the game.
They all crash dummies. That's what y'all not understanding. The industry goes out and gets the slow niggas, bro. You feel me? They don't go out and get, goddamn it, like, bro. Let's do a simple Google search right quick. How many times has NBA YoungBoy been to jail? This nigga has been arrested in 2020, 2016, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2021 again. He was in 2021 to 2024. He was on house arrest. He got released from prison in 25. He got arrested again in April of this year and charged with a pattern of unlawful activity. And then he got released from prison in March. So since he's in 20, this is just since he's been famous. He's probably got arrested many more times than that. His name has came up in murders. His people around him have got killed. These are not role models, bro. These are a bunch. These are two crash dummies. Crash dummies. That's all it is, bro. This is not. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta take that word the fuck out of here. Do your homework.
I completely sympathize with the fact that he lost his brother, he lost one, and he felt like he had all these people around him pressuring him to do stuff. Look, he's gonna need to throw a Hail Mary at this trial. But right now, I think the shine is the aura has unfortunately left Durk for a minute. Okay, and I would love to hear another album of music. I'm hearing he's getting busy with that Apple Watch. I'm hearing that he's got other things going on.
Ain't nobody listening to that shit, bro.
I think, as we've seen with the other people, I think the Young Thug situation, it's similar in the way that it's causing somebody's aura to decline. It's not similar in the way that I don't think you would ever catch Lil Durk on no 2-hour interrogation video, ever. No chance, all right? But what I think is happening, the same way that when Young Thug went to jail, it kind of went the opposite way. When Young Thug caught these charges, a lot of people were like, wait a minute, he really about that? A lot of people didn't really realize when I did the video about him and the YFN beef, the YSL versus YFN beef, I called it Atlanta's Secret Gang War, because I felt like it was a pretty well hidden secret at that point, okay? Yeah. The secret got out, he went to trial, he fortunately came home. It's like that aura kind of disappeared once we heard that interrogation tape, because he was pressing the line. He was big King Slime. He was big gangster. He's hating everybody else being a snitch. But then come to find out he had done something that was quite similar, if not worse, than the people that he was calling out for being a snitch. I think that the Lil Durk situation, it's similar but different. I think that Lil Durk, we were seeing him as this kingpin. We were seeing him as this genius, the voice. He was the voice of the streets. He was knowing how to move. And for a minute, it looked like,
never saw him as a genius.
Anyone he had a problem with was winding up dead, winding up hurt, or losing their motion. He was blackballing fools. Even YoungBoy, he had YoungBoy down bad when Durk was dropping his album back to back with YoungBoy. I love those those YoungBoy albums. They were hard, but what was it? Don't Try This at Home, and what was it? Richest Op. Those albums were fire, but they weren't accepted and beloved in the industry and on the charts like the Lil Durk projects were, because Lil Durk just had that shine. Lil Durk had that aura, but there's really only one crown in town, honestly.
All these niggas lames. This shit is not cool. Ain't no fucking aura. These bunch of niggas, that's not aura. It's just fucking stupid.